Good Saturday afternoon, everyone. I wanted to just let you guys know there is an update on this particular person, and it looks like they are back in trouble again. Thank you to Teresa Hall for forwarding me the link to this newscast. Wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to see it.
The Fairburn man is still making some really questionable decisions here, Randy.
Yeah, he is, Portia and Russ. Yeah, Simmons faces multiple drug felony charges in Douglas County. Early this year, after he lost all pretrial motions, Simmons asked his attorney to try a new strategy that experts tell us has never worked, the so-called sovereign citizen defense.
Are you interested in accepting the sentence to be imposed by the court, Mr. Simmons?
The last time you may have seen Adaye Simmons, he was getting a pretty good deal from a Fulton County judge. Prosecutors wanted him in prison for 10 years for running his marijuana edible business out of the home he shared with his parents in Fairburn. Instead, after pleading guilty, the judge gave Simmons a year of weekends in the Fulton County Jail.
I feel that you're not lost yet and that you have great potential for rehabilitation.
But Simmons still has not gone to trial for what he did in Douglas County, twice selling his wares to an undercover cop, just like he did to a Fox 5 producer.
Do a lot of people buy from you? Like high schoolers too?
Yeah, I started in high school doing this. So then when I graduated, I still knew about it, and I kept people selling for me.
He ran Trill Treats through his Instagram account, where he named the schools he targeted and showcased the products he currently offered. Investigators say Simmons' own records listed the network of people delivering pot-laced snacks to those schools and showed a $5,000 monthly profit. Our investigation started after these parents alerted us, horrified to learn that Trill Treats showed up for a Sweet 16 birthday party. One of the girls ate too much and had to be hospitalized.
You out here trying to make $1, and you could have took my child's life, and it would have took everything I had not to take his.
In February, Simmons' attorney Tawana Morgan withdrew from the Douglas County case, upset that his family wanted to pursue a sovereign immunity defense. I strongly urge you to reconsider, she wrote Simmons, warning about the possibility of a warrant being issued for your arrest if you are to miss court. Since then, Simmons has filed more than 100 pages of confusing documents with titles like Notice of Pre-Authorized Use of Credit and Notice of Rogatory Appointment for the Public Record. He's used a fingerprint on stamps and created his own gold seal.
The document is, the legal term I think is nuts.
Karen Morrison teaches criminal procedure and evidence at Georgia State University School of Law. As an assistant U.S. attorney in Brooklyn, she once successfully prosecuted a tax evader who claimed to be a sovereign citizen. That's someone who believes they're not subject to laws in this country. She says an estimated 300,000 people have used or supported this strategy, which law enforcement calls paper terrorism. It's clearly paper harassment. Simmons even warned the trial judge she was in breach of copyright law.
Oh, God.
We showed her what Simmons has filed so far.
There was something about barns. I saw hot air balloons somewhere. All aircraft, including gliders and balloons.
I'm confused.
I don't think that Mr. Simmons wrote this himself. I think this is something that is available at all reputable sovereign citizen outlets.
Professor Morrison says no sovereign citizen defense has ever succeeded inside a courtroom. They either plead guilty or are found guilty. So if it doesn't work, why commit the act of paper harassment in the first place? We asked Adaye's parents for a comment. Instead, they sent an invoice billing us $500,000 for something called unauthorized use fees. We're not going to pay that. All Douglas County judges have since recused themselves after the defendant engaged in certain illegal activities, according to a motion to revoke Simmons' bond. The Attorney General's office confirms it's investigating the forging of a judge's signature. Simmons currently sits in the Douglas County Jail on a bench warrant for missing a court date, just like his former attorney warned would happen.
This is not a winning strategy, and I feel bad because they're being goaded into doing this. I think that's all horrible advice and will only lead to him being in prison for longer, and it just seems a shame.
Senior Cobb County Judge Grant Brantley is now presiding over the case. He has set a March hearing date for the failure to appear warrant, meaning Simmons will remain in the Douglas County Jail at least until then. So his former attorney really was prophetic here.
So no jail time in Fulton. So how does this shape up in Douglas then?
Well, Douglas County was making it clear that they were not going to offer him that type of deal in Douglas County for the crimes that he was accused of committing there. He was looking at some prison time, even if he pled guilty. So that may be why he decided to try this bizarre defense, although, as you can see, no one has managed to succeed with that defense. In fact, it could be even worse for him now.
Yeah, it is a shame. You could tell the judge sort of saw that Adaye Simmons had a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit and was hoping to save that, and it seems like he's gotten caught up in some cultish nonsense, honestly.
Maybe some bad advice, clearly, here.
Yeah, it's a shame. Randy, thanks.
Okay.